Hey everybody, it's Sherry at the Crafty Decorator. How are you all on this fantastic Wednesday? I wish the weather was better here in Michigan. It has been raining, guys, so I didn't get to go do my garland. But I am sitting here in my son's front room working on the garland. So I thought I would try to make this little video to show you how I'm doing the garland. Now, a couple things. I'm not 100% happy with it. I am going to redo it when I come back in April because I think I need to add a longer piece of my, it's not burlap. I'm going to tell you everything I'm using. It's not burlap, it's a soft poly mesh. I don't like using the burlap around the door because it's kind of heavy and I don't know, the weather, and it just sags. It's kind of heavy. Now I use it on my windows and I don't have a problem, but I'm wrapping a bunch of stuff around it. So it kind of gets heavy. But I want it longer because my lights, I keep having too many lights, guys. Now I use those tiny, tiny little brown twinkle lights at home that I got from my, well, I didn't get them from my sister, but my sister Barb sells them. And these lights, I can't find them anywhere. And I am using those little berry lights that I used on my tree. So there is 350 lights on this set. So next time I come back, I am going to do a longer poly mesh and do the whole door. This comes down, I'm not sure if it's gonna be halfway or a little more than halfway. You'll see it all tomorrow. But I want to tell you a little bit what I'm using. I am using soft poly mesh. Now this is what I have on my door and I can't find it anywhere. And I found this roll at Hobby Lobby and it's 10 inches by 6 yards, but 10 inches is not wide enough. It needs to be wide like this is because I like it full. So here's what I did. Because to see how much you need depends on how much garland you're using. Now, I bought two things of garland. This is the garland I have around my front door. Next time I come back, I am buying another one of these because I think one more of these will bring it around her whole door. So this, it doesn't say what it is, guys, but it's greenery garland, it just says, and it's 6 feet. And it's $15.99, and then when it's 50 off, it's like $8. So I have 2 of these now, but I think I want to do a third one when I come back. And I am going to go online and see if I could find the 21-inch in this soft poly mesh. I want to show you what soft poly mesh looks like. It looks like a burlap, but it's like polyester material, ribbon. It's very soft and light. So here's what I did. The first thing I did was unroll it. Then I laid my garland on top to see where I needed to cut it. So I cut the length of my garland and I said, oh, that's too thin. So I laid the roll back down and it's a little short to have 2 of the same length. But here's what I ended up doing, guys. You're going to think I'm crazy. But I used, I'm trying to find my things here. I used dollar store jute and a big needle, and I sewed these 2 pieces together to make it wider. So I have 20 inches. But I told you it wasn't long enough for me to have 2 the same length. So it's going to be a little short on one side, but it's just going to be thinner, and it's on the bottom of each side. So when I come back, I am going to fix that because I am going online and ordering what I need. But it's not looking bad. I just think I need it longer because I'm going to have too many lights. So I am going to have like sort of a lot of lights on this garland right now because I'm doing them close together to use them. Okay, so that's what I did. I cut my poly mesh and then I ended up sewing it together. So try to get 21 inches. I was gonna use this Poly Pro mesh ribbon, but I like the look of this better. It looks like burlap. So I'm doing this for now. Then, after I have it cut and I sewed, then what I did, now at home, I have a, it's like a twig ribbon. It's made out of fine twig. I want to say it's twig. I can't find that now, and I know I bought it at Hobby Lobby. So yesterday, no, let's say Monday, I bought this ribbon. This is wiry looking greenery ribbon. I tried to use this. It's too thick. It's too thick. It's too wiry. So, do you remember the ribbon we used on the solar lights that we made out of the Dollar Tree garden hanging baskets? This ribbon here. Let me find the end. This is what I used on one of those. You probably can't see. The light is awful. But this is what I'm using. It's very light and flimsy, so I can wrap. So what I did, because you wanted this to, I'm sorry, you want this to bunch up a little. So I am going to start this. Now I need to wire it so it stays. And I know I bought a roll of green floral wire. And do you think I can find it? It's not in any of my bags. I think the girl might have forgot to give it to me. But you're just going to need a little piece of wire. Whoops. And I am just going to wire this to the back of here. You won't even see it. So it's okay. It's white. But I am just going to wire this to the back of my, I want to say burlap, but my poly mesh ribbon. Okay, so I have that wired on to the back. Now I'm just going to bunch this up and loosely, you want to loosely wrap this around because you want to be able to fluff out this mesh when you're hanging it up too. Okay, so just loosely wrap it around because you want it to kind of bunch up a little. They're in there watching a movie, guys, in the living room, family room. I went and shut the door on them so you can't hear the TV. Okay. We had some running around to do for the wedding today, so I couldn't do this in the daytime. And when we came home, it's pouring. It's pouring out right now. I know it's late, but I thought I would try to do this. So I'm ready for tomorrow because I'm going to have to do it. The sun comes out sporadically, so I want to try to do it when the sun's out tomorrow. Okay. Now this took me a full roll and then just this little bit, but I'm probably going to use the rest of this when I add my third piece of garland on when I come back in April. So I am going to wire this again to the back of this. Let me cut another piece of little wire. I'm trying to use the same wire here. Okay. I'm going to wire this to the back. And then I am going to cut it. I'm going to cut off what I don't use. This ribbon was $8.99 and then 50% off. So $4.50. But guys, you don't even have to put this on here if you don't want to. That's up to you. I like to give it layer, and then when I go to stick my flowers and stuff in, it's more places you can stick your florals in. Okay, now, then you lay your garland down on top. You want to have it nice and full. Okay. I have to turn the garland so the leaves are facing forward. Then you're going to start wrapping your lights on. Now, I started. I'll show you what I did in a little bit. Okay, let me get this wrapped around here somewhere I could see. Okay, these are the little cherry lights that I'm using that I told you guys I love, that I have on my tree. I don't have them blinking yet, but. So you are just gonna wrap this around the whole thing. And I try to hide the wires as best I can with the leaves here. I know you're not seeing me well here. Let's see. See if I can tilt you down more. So you can, let me move down a little bit and you will, or I can move this down a little bit. Okay, you probably still can't see me. Let me wrap it around one more time to get where you could see me. I'm just trying to hide the wire as best I can around here. I'm thinking I have my lights too close, but I got to use the lights until I could add another row of poly mesh and garland down. And they only had one roll, guys, so I bought one roll. I had to make it work. Okay, let's see. All right. Okay, so you're just going to wrap around. Just wrap around and try to hide your wires the best you can under all your long leaves here. I pulled them out and tried to hide them. See, I still have like all these lights left. Okay. So I'm kind of wrapping close. So if you don't want to, well, you may have a bigger door. I have a bigger door at the house. His door is not as wide because I have those side window panels. He doesn't have, they don't have that here. Because I have, I'm not sure if it's 3 or 4 I have on my door garlands that I had to use. But I'm definitely getting another garland when I come back. And hopefully I find that mesh poly, soft poly mesh. Hopefully I find that in 21 inches. I know they make it, and last a couple of years I got it at Walmart, and I have not been able to find it again. So I'm hoping maybe they might get it in for Christmas. I don't know, but I'm gonna check, because mine, I've had mine up, ooh, I don't know. It's many, many years. And it's starting to get, you know, from the weather and sticking flowers in it, it's starting to get a little raggy looking. So I would like to change it to new. And this is good garland because it's plasticky, but it's so pretty, guys. Look how pretty that is. But it will hold up to the weather good. Okay, lost the end of my lights here. Here we go. Like I said, I'm gonna have them kind of close together, but I gotta work with what I got, guys. I gotta work with what I got until I can find the right things. See, when I'm home, I don't do a project until I find what I want and need. But when you're doing it somewhere else, you gotta work with what you got. And you can most certainly work with what you got at home. If you have burlap, you can use burlap. Like I said, I just find it gets kind of heavy. But maybe you're not gonna layer like me and it won't be so heavy. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna end up with a little extra lights here. When I'm done, I'm gonna move you back so maybe you can see how long this garland is. You'll definitely see it tomorrow. Tomorrow's Thursday already, guys. The wedding is Saturday. Friday's rehearsal. So I got to get this done tomorrow. And we go home on Sunday. And I thought I would get a craft in while I was here. And that didn't work out too much, did it? But I did get her porch decorated. And she loved it, by the way. A lot of you were sending me messages asking if she liked it. She did. She loved it. Okay, let's see. They bought carving tools today to carve out those pumpkins later for Halloween. Okay, I'll be able to spread these lights out more when I make it longer. Okay, I'm gonna see, I end up with kind of a lot of lights here on the end. But, like I said, I gotta work with what I got. Now, I probably wanna wire these around the end so they don't come loose. So wire your lights around the ends. I'll have to check my beginning, but let's see. Okay. See how I have like a lot of lights here on the end, but I can't help it. Okay, so I am just gonna wrap a piece of wire here around the end so this all stays together. So I don't want it all coming apart. Okay. Let me move all my stuff out of the way here. So this should be enough for me when I make it longer, when I add another garland to it. But, whoops, I have it plugged in. So I am gonna carry you this way, guys, so you can see, because I have it, sorry. But, see the garland? It is pretty. And I think it's gonna look pretty around the door. It's just that I have a real lot of lights because I need another garland. These are $3.50. Mine at home are $140, but the wire is much longer than this is. Because like I said, my door is much bigger. But I just want to show you this, how I was going to create the garland. So I thought I would do that now because tomorrow's supposed to be rain again, and I'm gonna have to do it, hang it in between rain. We keep getting a little sun, then it pours. So I want to try to do it while it's sunny tomorrow and not pouring, so I could decorate it. So I want to get it hung. I just want you all to know how I'm making it. So don't forget, I used this soft poly mesh. So look online and see if you can find it somewhere with 21 inches wide. I am going to check Amazon, guys, because then I could just have it shipped here and I can have new ones shipped to my house so I can redo mine. But I'm probably not going to redo mine until spring now. But there is the garland. So I used the poly mesh. I used this ribbon from Hobby Lobby, which was $8.99 and then 50 off. And the poly mesh was 50 off. And the poly mesh was $9.99, so it was $5. So if I had two rolls of this, I probably could have did another garland. And the garland is $15.99. So when it's 50 off, it'd be $8. But you guys can use whatever you want to use, whatever garlands you like, whatever mesh you like this one. This one would be good. I just like the other one better because it looks more like burlap. But this one is a poly mesh ribbon and it's waterproof. So this is really good if your porch isn't covered because it's waterproof. This one, I don't believe says waterproof. Oh, yes, it does. It says waterproof also. So this one's good too. Okay, and this one is $15.99, so it would be $8. Same as the garland, it would be $8. And you would only need one roll of this because this is 10 yards. This one was only 6 yards. That's why I didn't have enough. Okay. So that is that. So you lay down your mesh, then lay down your garland to see how long you need your mesh. Cut it to your length. Then if you're going to use this ribbon, wrap your ribbon around so you can bunch it up a little bit. If not, maybe you can just take a piece of wire and loosely wrap them around just to bunch it up a little bit. Then lay your garland on top and then do your lights. Wrap your lights around. The garland just lay flat. Wrap your lights around and try to hide your wires a little bit under the leaves. And that is it, guys. So I will catch you all tomorrow when I hang this up and we are going to decorate the door. Okay, thanks for joining me. I'm sorry I'm so late, but this is the time I had. I'll talk to y'all later. Thanks. Bye.